Welcome back to another Trading Fibs video. Today's chart is going to be a update on ticker symbol OXY, Occidental Petroleum. I did this video back in October 2024. Counted it in 3 moves. Got an A, B, looking for a C up. The A and B and C right now in red are the super cycle. I think on this chart I don't have I got a cycle and a primary, but I did this back in October when I was still trying to identify this new wave theory count. So the color indicating waves are wrong. This should be purple and the lower one should be blue. So I should have red, purple, and blue. But that's further down the road when I get all this written out. But so today's date we need to change. Now we'll do the update. Nine, 7, 2025. Almost a year ago did this video. So all those people that don't like to day trade, don't want to worry about entries over the weekly time frame. I mean, this is a monthly time frame. I said somewhere in October of last year that we would come down to this primary B leg, which was in a triangle down to, well, I didn't have a specific target. I don't think. I'll zoom in here and see what that is, but it was roughly, the $35 area. Let's zoom in to the weekly. And you can see this wick right here landed exactly on $35. I don't recall notating an entry, only a target. So the target was 58.05. So looks like that's the progress. So we're still, from this 2020 low, we're still in an uptrend. This support at $35 should hold, and we should be seeing price continue up. Now, I know Opec had this meeting today and said that they're going to reduce their voluntary cuts. I know it kind of gets a little confusing, but basically they're not going to cut back as much as they had planned. So that's saying that they're gonna have a little bit more oil in the markets, and that should drop the price for consumers. Now, maybe Oxy doesn't coincide exactly with what OPEC is doing, but because if OPEC's going to cut back their reduced voluntary reductions, then that would decrease the price. I would assume that Occidental would get a lower price out of that. But I think we might be a second low might be set in for this. So I'm anticipating price to go higher. I guess $58 is still the target. Probably higher than that. Let's go back to the monthly time frame real quick. So this is the entire chart. So starting back in the early 80s, our high then was around 115 to 100, maybe 120 right here. So that's really what we want to try to get to. We want to try to get to that range or even higher. But sitting here at between $30 and $40, I would assume that might be a pretty good buy. Obviously, the 2020 lows were a perfect entry, but if we're late getting into it, we can see we've already reached around the $70 area. So here's our pullback. Again, I did this video back in October last year. This is just reinforcing what I've already said a year ago. So maybe on a smaller time frame, we can go back to the daily real quick. And see if we can get a lower entry from where we're at. Obviously, $35 would have been the perfect entry. Maybe there's a possibility we can come back and retest that. Let me slide something over here real quick. All right, let's look at this rally then from $35. Daily time frame, MACD is in line with price. Our consolidation looks like a triangle, A, B, C, D, E. Yeah, we've got our triangle right there. Even in the Elliott wave theory count, they do emphasize that the MACD should almost be an exact imprint of the price action here. So if we have an A down, B up, C down, D up, E down, it should the MACD should fall in line pretty similar to the price action. It looks like there's a little bit of divergence here on this C to E leg, but nevertheless, looks like we're breaking out of that triangle. Let me make these solid. I like my triangles to be kind of a standout color. So there's the wedge. So this could be an A. Triangle for B. Now we're up in C somewhere. Now, a year ago, I'd already said we need a $58 target range. But right at the moment, we're going to look for $50, $52, and $55. These are all at the 123, 138, and 161.8 fibs. As far as now the breakout of B, I'd say that we've tested a lower degree ABC move. And this should be C here. Let's see if that lands on the target. $200. So maybe on our bigger rally up, we might be looking for a 200 level, at least past the 161.8. So I think for the 161.8, we said it was $55. So yeah. Now let's see. This candlestick closed at 55.90. Let's go down to the 4-hour time frame. See if we can get in. So right now, let's go back here for a second. So right now we retested the 45. Candlestick closed at 45.90. Can we get in at 45.50? That's what I'm trying to look at. You know, already missed the $35 low. Trying to get in a little bit. Best third case best scenario since we missed 2020 also. So let's go down to the 30-minute time frame. I mean, I didn't necessarily miss the 2020. I just didn't stay in it long enough. So let's just see here. I didn't mark the high, did I? Yeah, okay. So we're going to start with this wick here. So we have 3 moves down already. Now we're gonna look at this rally here. Put a price level here. Let's just do that. We've over on the 30-minute time frame. I'd say, maybe come down to 45.73, but we have such strong support right here at 45.78. I mean, a couple pennies I don't think is gonna make too much of a difference, so let's go ahead and put an entry in on this one, which I should have done a year ago. I probably said it in the video, but I don't remember labeling it. Okay, so that's the update on Occidental Petroleum, ticker OXY. It's an update from a year ago. So just really wanted to put this video out because of the news that came out from Opec. So I don't want, I don't really do a lot of fundamentals on this channel because of the fact when it becomes a volatile season, it starts to become a little bit too much noise. But if you don't understand the fundamentals, that's one thing. But trying to implement the fundamentals you do understand to technical analysis, it can be very disruptive. So anyways, that's it. Hope that helps, and until next time.